Hello and welcome to Hellbent Live. Let us know you can see us and hear us, and we will get started with the show. The show. Really good show, everybody. Really good show. Good night. The chat is on fire.
We got a lot of peoples here.
Let's see here. Are we good? I got to find the end of the chat to see if we're just going. And it's going.
I've got my co-host here with me tonight.
Yeah, you do.
We were out of town for like 2
Thank
weeks,
you,
so the cats have been very clingy.
Oh, yeah.
Since we have been back. Well, not too clinging. I touched her.
Welcome to Hellbent Live. My name is Jesse Doyle. This is my partner in crime, Joe Doyle. You see what I put as your lower third?
Skull magician, working that magic with the skulls. LBL Overlord.
That's me, baby.
Looky there.
That's me, baby. All right, we are so glad to be home. Number one, we are happy to be home. We are in the midst of trying to unpack everything. We're back at work. We're back at work, trying to unpack, trying to go through all of this footage that we got over the past week in the LBL, and boy, it was a white knuckler.
It was bananas. It was bananas. It was absolutely bananas. I'm watching the chat on my phone here. I'm trying to the chat's flying right now. Some good energy in the air tonight. Do you feel that?
I feel it, Joe. Do
you feel it though, Joe? Do you
Joe.
really feel it, or do you?
I wanted to say Happy Lunar New Year. It's the Chinese Lunar New Year. It's the year of the horse. Time to gallop on into the future. All right.
Is that what is? I'm gonna tell you right now.
Tell me.
I don't really know that much about the Chinese calendar, lunar cycle. I don't even know enough to know what I don't know here at this point.
Well, that's all I got. So.
But what does year of the horse mean? What does that mean?
I'm not the one to ask. We can look it up right here if you want to. Like, take a look at that.
We do have the internet.
But yeah, we are super stoked to be home. We've been in the LBL for a week. Yeah.
We were in the LBL for let me do my cipher in here. We were in the LBL for like 10 days or something like that. We ended up staying longer than we expected. So,
but yeah, we were out there for a while. It signifies a period of rapid change, intense energy, and forward momentum, symbolizing freedom, passion, and independence. It emphasizes bold actions, career growth, and occasionally impulsivity or volatility. Me. Okay.
All right. Got it. So cool.
Nice. Thanks for joining me.
We got some stuff here right now. First off, Smith Reg Adventures. That's our buddy, Mike Smith.
Hello.
We got to spend a few quality minutes with Mr. Mike down in the LBL, him and our good friend, Steve Causey.
Yep.
We, the LBL thing, the LBL project that we're doing right now is really freaking cool.
It's something completely different from what you've seen up until this point. I feel like a lot of the stuff from the LBL has been kind of just a rehashing of things.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone over and over and over some things, and we're going to go over them again, but with a brand new take on them.
Yeah, and it was really good to kind of get there and get with some people who were just like us, just interested in following where the evidence led you to.
Yeah.
No preconceived notions, no agendas, no nothing. We just would go and follow the clues wherever they led us to. Yeah. And it was really neat.
It was very interesting to let's get into like the expedition itself.
Well, let's get into this first off because Okie dropped the $10 on you there.
Thank you, Okie.
I don't even want to put this next one up. Thank you, Okie, my man. Ken Lucas, don't worry, Joe. As far as you know, the banner hasn't been violated. There's nice. A code with the super chats that Ken does. And every week, it's like some weird dollar and cents amount. And I'm sure that if we put it in some sort of like Enigma machine eventually, it's going to
I ain't got time to be cracking codes, especially Ken Lucas codes. I don't have time for all of that.
Here's a code you know how to break. It's Curtis Whitaker. Curtis don't hurt us.
Right out the gate.
We were hoping Curtis was going to be able to join us in the chat from some of the LBL stuff. He had commented, and I posted to him. We're going to probably have a cat fight here in a bit. So we were out of town.
He's got a hammer.
our cats that normally hate us, like just hate us, despise us. We came home and they've just been so clingy to us right now. But anyway, Curtis, thank you so much, my man. Thank you,
sir.
Thank you. Very
cool. Yeah, we had to get into the LBL. We kind of came in under the radar at the beginning, simply because there's a lot of weirdness going on. We had to kind of get into the LBL under the radar, and then after we got a few things accomplished that we needed to get accomplished, that we needed to get done before anybody knew we were actually there. We got those done. Then all bets were off, and we let everybody know. We went live from the LBL a couple of times, and yeah, I think what we're going to be doing with the LBL is interesting. It's a whole new take on what's going on, what's happened, the past, the present, and the future. I think that Werewolf Experiments was probably a turning point for a lot of people, and the way that a lot of you all found us. A lot of you found us through our work at the LBL. So it's sort of like coming full circle. And we reached a wider audience being in our first Small Town Monsters feature film, Dogman territory. And that was focused on the LBL as well. There's a lot of cool people also in that with us. But yeah, and that was during the filming of Dogman territory. It was cats quit. During the filming of Dogman territory, that was also when we launched our membership program. It was Halloween 2 years ago. We launched our memberships. We did Dogman territory. That was a huge turning point for us. And, you know, we kind of talked about leaving the LBL behind. We talked about that maybe it was time for us to walk away, that we had done all we can do there. It was getting a little overdone and overcrowded, and just kind of, it didn't seem like our scene. And then we just decided, you know what, let's go in for one last hurrah.
We go in, and the plan was we were going to slip in and slip out with nobody knowing where we were. That was the plan.
Slither in on our bellies.
Under the cover of night.
Under the cover of night.
We got there, and that lasted until we had to go out. And where was the first place we got recognized at? The store that's in Grand Rivers? Was that the first place?
Yeah.
Well, technically, the first place was the Welcome Center, and then the store.
The Village Market.
So, and then after like a day, it was online that we were there. That was a little unexpected. But after that, it was online. And then at that point, we were just like, you know what? It's out here. Let's give the people what they want. Let's do some live streams from the LBL. Our Starlink crapped out. If you guys remember that live stream that we did that time, where something like screamed at us from the woods right as we were going live. And that's the night that like people had like weird stuff happen at their houses.
Like people's clocks stopped working, started working.
Some people were watching on their TVs froze up, then their computers froze up, then their phones froze up, and it was just going on all over the world. The Starlink has like never really worked well. And we just thought it was just the technology, that it's like new and it's kind of spotty still. And then MK, our buddy MK, has got a full-size Starlink, and he goes, I never have any problems with mine at all.
Yeah.
So we had it, the LBL, and we were going to do some stuff. And using it, and then it just crapped out. It never started up. I tried to update and never worked. So we had to contact Elon Musk personally. And get another one sent in. So we got that waiting here for us when we got back home. But it was good because it looks like there's been some cell towers kind of put up around the LBL.
So we were actually able to tap into that network, of course. And if any of you know where the alleged massacre site is, it's on the north end, so it's really close to Grand Rivers. That's the alleged 1982 massacre site. We went live from over there, and we kind of did an experiment while we were out there of collective consciousness, and that was interesting. And I think that bared some fruit later on. As soon as we kind of announced that we were there, and we sort of brought forth that collective consciousness experiment that started to bear fruit after a while.
Alan, I had this up on screen for a few minutes, but thank you very much for that $10.
We were also not alone on this journey. For the first time ever, we were joined by 2 other people. We've previously had MK Ultra of Strange Backcountry with MK Ultra. We've previously had him on 2 prior projects, the Monster on Morris Mountain, Bigfoot in the Uwaris, and we forgot to mention this. Our latest film has released. It released on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, we were up against the Super Bowl. It did better than we thought it would do being up against the Super Bowl. We didn't think it was going to do anything at all. And now it is like starting to blow up. So it's great.
But it's called Sasquatch in the Shadows, Bigfoot in the Sumter National Forest. And it is a white knuckle thrill ride.
It is a barn burner.
It is
baby.
all investigation. It is pure investigation. We have no interviews, no AI, no recreations. So all of the people that complain about all these videos that people put out, that's my text messages. All these people that complain about, oh, there's too much of this, and this. We put none of that.
So the first STM doc was Monster on Morris Mountain, and that followed the kind of traditional. You get a report, you talk to a witness. Now for us, then it's going to the woods. We decided for Sumter, after we had been out there, we were going, listen, what we experienced basically needs to translate into, it starts from the beginning. It just starts and it never lets up.
Yeah.
And it's bam, 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 you know? And we were looking at trying to get some like witness interviews. And then we were going, witness interviews are usually to kind of put you on the trail, you know?
Yeah.
We were on the trail from the get-go.
And the trail initially started, what really started this whole thing was in 2023, we got an email from a lady that was going down there pretty regularly with her husband. Her husband was a blind Native American man who actually moonshined down there for a long time. And then as he got older, he was unable to kind of go out in the woods or anything like that. So his wife would take him down there and they would just go down there and listen to the woods and hang out. And the cats are going to
I'm about to like throw both these cats out.
Thomas. All right. They would go down there and they would go and sit at their vehicle and listen. And that's when the Laughing Beast legend was born. They heard something coming from the woods that sounded like a maniacal laughter. Mm-hmm. And she sent us this email and it was very intriguing. So Joe and I loaded up and we went down there and we investigated it. And that was in the summer of 2023. We heard some vocalizations, but at that point in time, we didn't have the equipment that we have now. Mm-hmm. And my God, what a difference in the way that Hellbent Holler operates and our equipment loadout from the summer of 2023. That was not that long ago, but it was actually in 2023 that we launched our memberships, wasn't it?
Yep.
So you can see what a difference that the memberships have made because now we're able to actually capture that audio. And we captured insane vocalizations, not only in the Uwari with the Monster on Morris Mountain, but we were able to capture vocalizations in the Sumter National Forest as well.
So don't focus on my Maserati.
Why would you get a Maserati?
Paid for by people like Miranda Crew. Here's belated Valentine's dinner on us, or a Maserati payment, either or. It's kind of implied.
I don't even think I don't think
it's a little implied.
You will not even fit in a Maserati.
It's a little implied. Oh, by the way, I want to say something too. I'm going to swing on to the side here. Jesse posted a photo of us. Now, the fourth person that was with us
is
our buddy Steve from Surviving the Strange, who's in the chat right now. He is not taller than me.
Yeah, let's get that across. Let's correct the record.
They had him on a taller part of the hill, and then Jesse very strategically put me in a little bit of a dip. Yes. So I just want to get that out there. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, thank you, Miranda Crew. Happy belated Valentine's dinner on us. We were actually. I am batting 1,000 so far, and basically ruining every romantic holiday with my wife. For Valentine's Day, I took my wife to the LBL and we dealt with craziness. We were hanging out with 2 other dudes.
so I got to hang out in a truck and there was lots of farts and fart jokes.
Yeah.
Fart conversation.
Happy Valentine's Day, baby. Thank you for that, Miranda. We appreciate you a great deal. Our man, Dave.
Dave Eggleston, thank you for that. For Naked Cat Man Repellent.
You know you've made it in this field when you're being trolled by a geriatric naked man in a cat mask. So thank you so much.
It is Mardi Gras, so maybe it's okay.
Maybe it is okay.
Yeah.
So,
Happy Mardi Gras too, by the way. Shout out to our friend Jeffrey, who calmed down Shia LaBeouf. Our friend Jeffrey talked Shia LaBeouf down.
Yep, and I think got him into the ambulance.
Got him
into the ambulance. If you've seen that viral clip
from TMZ,
we know the guy talking to fight Shia LaBeouf down. That's our friend Jeffrey from LA. Matter of fact, I have not talked to him forever. Once Mardi Gras is done, I'm gonna reach out and go. So you're famous now. So yeah.
He's probably getting messages all over the place.
I'm sure he is. So, I'm gonna wait until he gets back, and then I'll hit him up.
Shout out to the Shia whisperer, Jeffrey, for that.
The Hellbent Holler Nation is just so widespread. Somebody has a heart attack at a conference. We got a guy for that. You know what I'm saying? We got a guy. We got a heart attack guy. You're a B-list celebrity having a meltdown.
He was in Fury. Let's hang on.
That's an A-list celebrity right there.
He was in Fury.
He was in Fury.
One of the finest films ever made.
One of the top 4 best movies ever made. Fury. That's an A-list. You're right. So if you need an A-list celebrity, kind of drunk wrangled, we got a guy for that. We got a guy for that. So,
you've probably been drunk wrangled by Jeffrey before.
Honestly, I have been drunk wrangled.
Yeah.
So yes, you are correct on that. So
if you ever meet Shia LaBeouf, you'd be like, oh, you're in good company, friend.
We are bonded.
We are brothers.
Yes. So
we are brothers in Jameson. Oh, goodness. I don't know where I was. On our excursion into the LBL on this trip, though, we got a lot of crazy stuff. We actually had a couple of companions with us, as I mentioned before. We had Steve from Surviving the Strange. We had MK from Strange Backcountry, also known as the Strange Boys.
The Strange Boys now, yes, indeed. So
we required a little help with this because it was a large undertaking. It was many, many days in a small cabin, but we really came through with a lot of crazy stuff.
We had a absolute rock star. And I knew it was going to be good, but I didn't know it was going to be as good as it was. We had Steve Causey, who literally wrote the book on the LBL Massacre.
Yes. Our
buddy Mike Smith, who has been in some STM joints. He's a great dude. I finally got to meet him face to face. I'm going to be honest with you right now. That was kind of like one of the highlights of the trip for me. Steve Causey, we've met several times. But Mike and I talk on the internet weekly, and I'd never met him.
Isn't that weird meeting Mike? And you're like, I feel like I've met you several times.
I know the guy. You know what I'm saying? I know the guy. And it was just so cool, getting to meet him. I mean, even after he left, because he had to get back to his family, and I was just on cloud 9 after getting a chance to meet him. But we met them, and they are just two of the best guys. They are just so well grounded. They're so well versed in the LBL and the weird goings on in the LBL.
Yeah.
And then when it came time to rock the field investigations, I mean, we rocked it. You guys saw those photos. It was weird. It's like everybody just meshed in and brought something to the table.
And we're so used to it just being Joe and I, and we're a married couple. Joe and I have been together. It'll be 13 years this April. Joe and I have been on this wild and wicked journey. But so we know how to work together, and we clash very well.
We know how to fight too, and then recover. You know what I'm saying? We fight and recover.
But we know how to work together. We're pretty used to each other in the field, and we've worked with MK on 2 major projects up to this point. We meshed very well with him, and so it was going to be a wild card to have somebody else come in. Steve came in. We had met him before at conferences.
Yeah, we
knew we'd get along with him, but the field work that we all did together, it just started outrunning. Everybody worked very well together. Everybody moved very well together. It just seemed like everything kind of fell into place with that. And so I'm very thankful for that. And everybody, it was like everybody had their own special brand of autism that
everybody's freakishly obsessed about certain things that we needed. An extremely physically fit crew. Nobody got hurt going through it. Everybody was able to keep up.
Steve did have a slight heart attack when he was nearly killed by a possum.
And did we get that on camera?
No.
Damn it.
That was during the scouting of a special place.
So a Bigfoot Society, our buddy Jeremiah, I actually had a wonderful conversation with Jeremiah from the top of a hill where we did that live stream overlooking the Kentucky State Prison. I slipped off to the side and talked to Jeremiah for a while. We caught up, and I kind of catched him up. I'm the looks. I don't have to have good grammar. Anyway, had him. It was just, I'm just telling you that we were so trepidatious about going back to the LBL.
Yeah.
And it ended up being.
Well, so this was going to be our last trip. That was the plan. This is going to be our last trip. This is our last hurrah in the LBL. I'm done with it. I'm tired of it. We do live a distance away. We got back at 1 a.m., you know, and you had to go to work the next morning.
But you know what? I got this. I'm a professional.
But we were like, okay, it's going to be the last of it. It's going to be the last of it. Oh, Flash of Bigfoot. What's up, guys?
I don't know who that is on the Flash of Beauty Bigfoot account.
It might be Jill. I'm not sure, but hello.
Might be Tobe Johnson.
Hello to any of you. If you guys haven't seen that stuff, the cinematography in it is really, really good.
French kiss.
The interviews are wonderful in that. So if you haven't checked out Flash of Beauty, they have several films that you need to check out as well. But we got in there. Where am I? Where am I in my conversation?
I just roll with it. Just run with it. So
it was going to be our last hurrah in the LBL, and serendipity always seems to smile upon us, even when things seem negative and things seem like they're not going in the way that you expected them to. Somehow, the universe always pulls it together for the Hellbent crew. We had a weird problem that cropped up. We had to have a talk with the Forest Service and the administration at the LBL. And so now, after all of that, we've met a lot of really wonderful people that work for the LBL. And so now we are going back for sure.
I'm sorry. I'm doing this real quick.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Give me 1 second. I apologize. So.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. So we are definitely going back. And we have something very big in the works right now that we will be announcing probably in the next month or so, whenever we confirm it and everything. But it's going to be you guys are going to go nuts. You're going to love it. But
it's going into place. So.
It's going to be awesome. And it has to do with the LBL, of course. It's a huge, huge deal. And we are very excited about it. It's going to be it's going to be, again, something you've never seen before.
It's Jill. Thanks for jumping into the stream here, Miss Jill. So I was talking to Jill when they were trying to come in during all the ice storms that were coming in.
Yeah.
And the South just got shellacked. Anywho, and then what else did I have here? I had our boy Cowboy, Hellbent Holler at the Land Between the Lakes. Gives me that old-fashioned feeling. What was cool about being in the LBL is the LBL's gotten better in some ways and worse in others. Let's talk about the ways it's gotten better. Let's focus on the positive, shall we? We noticed that some of the areas in the past, and I don't know if you ever included this in a video or not, we were in one area and we come upon the site of an old homestead, and people had just been dumping garbage there. And I just had a meltdown. I'm going, so these people's homes, their heritage was taken from them. And this is what we do with it. We just dump garbage on it. I just had a little mini meltdown there. I know that's very out of character for me, but it elicited.
I'm sorry. Was that out loud?
So we, this time, a lot of that was cleaned up.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Something else I noticed there is, so we've not been back there since Dogman territory when we filmed that with Small Town Monsters. So that's been 1.5 years almost that we've not been there. And my goodness, there's new signage. There's a lot more law enforcement out there, which is a good thing. A lot of places are cleaned up. A lot of these really dangerous areas that were once pretty sketchy are no longer sketchy, no longer messed up, no longer covered in litter. So it looks like things are getting a lot better out there. There's a lot of new signage, new maps.
The people that work there
were insanely professional, especially with the incident that we had to deal with. They were insanely professional. We talked to the Forest Service Law Enforcement Division out there. We talked to a lot of people out there concerning all of that, and everybody was insanely professional. I know a few years ago it was not as professional of a crew, but now we've got an archaeologist there. There's a lot of really, really fantastic improvements there, and that's great to see.
They were doing tours one day, and I don't want to make it sound like it's overly commercialized, because it's not. But a lot of times we would have to get a place outside the LBL just to have a place to store equipment, because you couldn't leave it in your car unattended. I mean, it was sketchy in certain areas. So the human element was like just a whole nother level of just difficulty that you would have to deal with there. Because keep in mind, the LBL, it's big, but it ain't remote. You know, you can go get a burger on the pizza on the north side, burger on the south side. Which side's the great Mexican restaurant?
That's in Aurora. That's in the middle.
So we had it was cool seeing it, because part of the thing about the LBL is just that it's sad sometimes. It's a sad place.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like there's a new life being breathed into it. And at first we were going, well, this is good for the residents and the visitors and for the land itself, but it's bad for us because that first day we were going, this just doesn't seem like the same old LBL. It just didn't seem like it had that danger element to it. It just didn't seem like that same spark was there. And that pretty much lasted until our first night investigation.
Yeah.
When we went, okay, here's what we're dealing with now. It's almost like certain parts of the LBL are becoming more civilized, and it's pushing the wildness and the magic. It's concentrating it into the areas that aren't civilized. So not only do I have to worry about my truck not being broken into now, but the weird stuff is still there.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's getting pushed, whether just from the presence of people or if something else is going on. And it was weird. It was wild. But I'll tell you this, though. The thing that worked in our advantage is we are just as charming in real life as we are online. So we made some like really good connections and some friends with some of the people that like were working there. And the levels of communication that like took place, there's always been this thing about the LBL where people will kind of storm into the welcome centers. Tell me about the Dogman. Tell me about the family that was killed. And people don't talk to them. You know what I'm saying? And again, you know, these are people at their jobs, they're professionals and everything like that. But, you know, one of the people we talked to, we talked to for a while. We probably stood there and talked to her for a good hour. She might even be watching right now. She's a fan of the show now. I even asked, I said, you know, there's some weird stuff going on here, right? You know that there's some weird stuff going on here. And, you know, she said she was unaware of any werewolf breeding facilities or underground military bases that they may have missed that day on her orientation.
And then, you know, she looked at us and went.
But it was cool to see that maybe there's like kind of a changing of the guard there, and that the new guard is recognizing that there's some strange stuff going on there. And if you do it right and you do it respectfully, there's no problem.
But more on that later.
Yeah. We had the sploot for psycho repellent.
I've got some stuff marked too on there.
I'm going through, and Hawk, I'm trying to do that on my phone as well right now, man. I'm trying to figure that out. Thank you for that, by the way. I talked to Hawk a couple times today.
Joseph Cannon.
Focus on the positive. We are focusing on the positive.
It's fire horse time, baby.
It is fire horse frickin' time. Fox Pro, it's been a while since we've been able to watch y'all. My wife and I have been watching your small town monster documentaries when we can. Watching the channel on YouTube grow is awesome. Keep up the good work. Thank you for that. We appreciate that. The STM stuff, and I've been telling people are like, we want like, you know, some publicly available videos. And I'm going, they're on like the STM channel right now. For right now, because we're doing big set piece, you know, almost 2 hour long documentaries on there, which is really forced us to grow in what we do.
And I'm telling you what, these have been boot camps in how to do this, because up to the point of us doing Monster on Morse Mountain and then subsequently the Sumter Sasquatch, we had just done these short, like multi-day investigations, but everything's in one location. Everything was kind of linear, and it was Hellbent Holler investigations, but there was a beginning and an end, and it was short time frames and stuff like that. For the Uwari doc, it took us, how long did it take us to film Uwari? 3 months?
Yeah, because we just kept
going.
We
and
kept
hammering
going and trying to get it. We heard the vocalizations, we just couldn't capture them.
Yeah.
Couldn't capture them. Same thing in Sumter.
Sumter was 2 months.
We just kept hammering it and hammering it and hammering it. And we would go, this is our last week there. And then we would go, we're just not happy with what we were able to document. So we're going back.
And they ended up, as you have seen them, they're way more complex. They are fully fleshed out documentaries. And, I've got a few more to do, and that will be coming out through Small Town Monsters. But we are just getting better and better at this. And that's what we're spending a lot of this time doing, is working on these larger projects. Now, from here, it's going to just go bigger like that. We're going to continue with our investigations that we are doing, the shorter linear investigations that we will continue to put out on our channel. But we are also going to move into full-length documentaries as well. So these larger projects, and that's the goal.
You're getting the kit and you're getting the caboodle.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
Very good.
Thank you for that, Minerva.
Hey, Minerva.
You're
I love
the
Miss
best.
Minerva.
So the LBLs, let's talk about the LBL some more.
Yeah.
Obviously, there is a lot of groups working in the LBL right now. There's more like attention on it probably than there's ever been as far as that goes. And there's been some change to like it's not a park, it's a recreation area, but I hate saying recreation area constantly. So let's just call it a park. It's not a park, but let's just call it a park. It's going to be interesting to see how it develops over the next couple of years.
Yeah.
Some of the remaining structures that were there that you've even seen in some of our documentaries.
Yeah, some of the places we've been, we returned to a few of these locations kind of to follow up, and there are entire structures that have been razed. They have been completely taken out, and then every stitch of them is gone. There was one particular building that had TVA bunk beds in it, trash cans, just evidence that it was an area where the TVA had a base of operations many, many years ago. And every bit of that stuff was completely gone. So they are in a cleanup effort right now.
Mm-hmm.
So every time we go back, some of these areas might be completely different from the last time we went. So that's pretty interesting. We are expanding out to new areas for this. We have new cases that we have started in the LBL. We have new threads that we are pulling. And somebody asked, I will give away a little bit here.
Real quick, William Kennedy's in the chat.
William Kennedy.
William Kennedy was speaking French
Of course.
in the chat on the last member stream. And I'm going to tell you right now, Monsieur Kennedy is probably the hottest thing to hit the cryptid community so far in 2026. I'm digging it. I'm liking where it's going to.
Okay.
And then the other thing too, so I want to take a second for you to do that. Thank the best damn mod in the
Best
business.
damn mod in the
Lady
business.
Wolf, man in those rampart snipe with her
Keeper.
capable crew.
Guardian of the Gates right
Yeah.
there. So we went to a couple of areas. We went to a lot of areas. We were just hitting these locations over and over again. And while we were out there, I'm going to go ahead and hit this right here, Joseph, if you'll allow me to.
Go ahead and do what you got to do.
Mickey Richards said, LBL must have been crazy. Heard y'all had some cool vocals. So I discussed this on my members exclusive stream last night. I do a show every Monday night at 6 p.m. And it's a solo show where it's where I basically go over what we kind of did and what we got up to through the last week's expeditions. It's called Expedition Debrief. If you have a membership to our channel, you will have access to those shows, and they are weekly. Last night, I discussed some evidence that we gathered while we were in the LBL. And this is going to be kind of the only little teaser, little nugget I'm going to give out to you guys. We captured vocalizations. We heard vocalizations that really took us aback. They are almost exactly like the vocalizations that we heard in the Uwaris. when filming Monster on Morris Mountain.
Yeah.
We were hiking into a remote area in the LBL, and in the distance, we heard the exact vocalization, almost to a T. Joe even said, they're going to think we piped that in. That's insane. And all four of us were just completely flabbergasted.
I was just going, I'm so glad we've got like two witnesses here with us
Yes,
right now.
absolutely.
That they can just, everybody can verify what we're hearing, because it's in the, you know, the Uwaris, Bigfoot is sighted. There's some possible Dogman activity, but that ain't really a thing there like it is in other parts of the country.
Thank you, Matt X. Merrill.
Thank you. Pro level cryptid research. That's right. We're the professionals who you go call. But we were able to capture that. Like Jesse mentioned earlier, it's such a huge, every time we go there, we have expanded our capabilities and gotten a lot better at doing stuff.
Always improving everything we do. And that's attributed to our insane personalities, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. So, but we were able to capture those vocalizations. We caught some other vocalizations that did not sound like what we heard in the Uwaris.
Yes. And they didn't sound anything like what we captured at another location.
And I'll be honest with you, because Bigfoot and Dogman have always been sighted in the line between the lakes. Obviously, you know, there's Martin's encounter or attack. I never know what to call it. You know what I'm saying? You know, he got out.
Encounter, I guess, is.
He lived, but it marked him, you know. So I never know what they're calling an encounter and attack. Then there's the 82, you know, a massacre, which is, you know, there's a lot of debate going on around that. But there's a lot of like Bigfoot activity there. And I'll tell you, we caught that weird thermal a few years ago, and we don't know what it is. It's something alive, but we've never said it's a Dogman, but it doesn't look like natural wildlife there. And it's got a little bit of movement and then it disappears. So after we heard those vocalizations that, I don't want to call them Bigfoot vocalizations, but let's just say vocalizations that matched the weird vocalizations we got in an area with Bigfoot activity. That's a mouthful. But I had a few hours that night where I was going, all right, maybe there is an explanation for that thermal image we caught. Maybe it's just Bigfoot here. And, you know, you always hear about those different types. And for being such a stellar cryptid researcher myself, I can never remember the type numbers, all the type 1, the type 2A, the one that looks like kind of canine-like. And I'm going, maybe that's what's going on here, you know? Maybe it's, you know, it's just odd-looking Sasquatch here, but they sound the same. They're basically the same thing. And then we heard that other vocalization a few times. That was pretty freaking close.
Yeah. That
drove the coyotes back. Because there were coyotes out there, and then this thing sounded off like it sounded like exactly what it appeared to be. A group of smaller predators, and then one big massive predator just going, you guys back off. And that's what it sounded like. And there's no way you can hear that without thinking giant pissed off canine. It was, we all had kind of a moment after it happened where we just kind of, and we're out there looking for this stuff. We got a pretty high weird threshold at this point. And it maxed that threshold out on us. We know we got it. We know we got the audio because as soon as we got out of there, we made sure we had it.
Yeah.
So we got it. It's wild. And of course, we're going to compare it, see if we can debunk it or anything like that. And if we debunk it, go back to the drawing board. We'll go out again. We'll get something, damn it, because that's what we do.
I tell you what,
hammering.
we got to reconsider going out there when we do, because I know that the thermals work way better in the cold, but my goodness, it was below freezing every single night.
Oh,
we're so wet.
We all had
pneumonia.
We might have. I don't know.
We all had varying stages of sickness.
Everybody had like sinus infections. Everybody's dragging butt. Everybody were out like all night long, then get a few hours sleep, then get up, like have a meeting, and then back out at it at this point. It was exhausting, but so productive. Our Bigfoot Society makes what you're doing even more important as you're documenting the LBL history before it's cleaned up. Here's what we think, though, is that it might be what we talked about, that there's going to be areas that are clean and visited. Smoky Mountain National Park has got like the most visitors of any national park this side of the Mississippi.
Yeah.
And there's weird stuff still going on there. The people always cluster in certain areas and the rest of the area is left wild. So we're going to see what happens, man. But like I'm telling you, it's very, very, very exciting.
Michael's been
something from him earlier.
Michael's been our boy for a while here. Saw Alex's STM doc on the LBL and then started following Jesse and Joe, catching up on their LBL investigations on werewolf experiments then and been a fan since. Can't wait to watch your future work. Thanks, Jesse and Joe. You know, and speaking of future work, we filmed this doc over the past week that we're working on right now. We filmed it, and I won't give too much away, but I will have you all know on the last day, and MK is in the chat. The Strange Boys are in the chat. The last day, the last night that we're there, we came together and formulated one of the craziest theories and revelations based on something that I found on the map. And then we followed a few synchronistic clues that led us to a whole new revelation about the place. It's a whole new thread to pull. And even as we've gotten home and sort of started to decompress, the synchronicities are still stacking up that lead us in that direction.
And we can't go into it because honestly, if we even tried to explain it right now, you guys are just going to go, this makes no damn sense at all. But we had a night where we started joking about the synchronicities at first, just kind of laughing about it.
And I can see Steve falling over in his chair right now because he hears the word synchronicity.
And then it just kept happening and happening and happening. And we're just going, what the heck? I mean, it was bananas.
And I know, we've mentioned this before that in the beginning of us doing this, we would kind of fight it. We were resistant to it, but the more that we do this, the more we've begun to trust our intuition, trust where the universe is pushing us. We wouldn't have gotten the burning light footage if we didn't just have a feeling about something and then just go with it and just let go.
Mm-hmm.
We let go of control and we just let it take us. We let the current drag us down. And that's what led us up that hill at that time. And then we got that burning light footage. And I think that's some of the craziest footage we've gotten up to this date.
Oh, yeah.
And even our first trip to the LBL was on a whim. We did not plan it very well. We kind of went as a joke. And that started these dominoes falling. So we are going to trust what the universe is pushing us towards with this. And this is going to be a whole new series of investigations that are going to follow this after this film comes out. But that was just a little teaser there for you, that it's beyond the 82 Massacre. It's beyond what lore you have now. It's so left field from what you know and what people have experienced out there or what people have put together. This puzzle is so insane that it's going to be a monumental task for us to explain all of this, but I'm going to.
And the other thing too is that what's going on in the LBL? Okay, what is going on in the LBL?
Somebody was asking, like, where are we at on the stances?
I saw that, and I've got that start actually, and I'll bring that up. Our boy Pork Chop Express, our man.
What's up, Pork Chop?
Giver of shillelaghs, one of our biggest supporters. Great, a wonderful human
Pork
being.
Chop, could you carve me a new pickle fork?
Yeah, can you? I meant to ask you that. She broke her pickle fork.
And that's been a tragedy.
That was a dark day for here on the Holler.
And I'm trying to eat my pickles without a pickle fork, and it's
so.
Joe's gets a Maserati, and I get a new pickle fork. Got a helicopter to the house.
Scouts research. What is the most up-to-date stance on Dogman? Are we on the high strangeness paranormal track or biological? It could be a little column A, a little column B. It could be something that manifests and becomes physical in this realm, whatever you want, this reality, but then it's not here all the time. I have always equated modern Dogman phenomenon with the black dog phenomenon from Western Europe, like the Shuck, the Bargast, all of these like spectral hellhound type things that seem to be not completely physical, but had a physicality to them. And if you look at the way that the both phenomena traditionally kind of like exist, they run about the same percentages of just showing up and scaring the hell out of you to physical attacks. A lot of the black dog phenomenon, a lot of those instances, it was just a terrifying thing, or almost even like a trickster type thing sometimes. But there was a percentage of cases that would actually result in physical attacks. And then probably there were some physical attacks where nobody was left to tell the tale, so those don't get counted. But Dogman, kind of the same thing. I think that you can't really look at Dogman as unless you cherry pick the hell, unless you go into it with a preconceived notion that it's only flesh and blood and you're only going to focus on those cases and you're going to cherry pick those. There's something more going on there, even more so than Bigfoot. And one of the things that we talked about is, like what Jesse mentioned, we had the idea to have people try to manifest something, put some like mental energy towards Dogman and the LBL while we were there.
Yeah.
Might have worked. We got some weird audio. Saw something on thermal one night. But here's the other thing too. Someone had asked earlier in the chat, and I think I started, I'm not sure. Was it Michael? I think it was Michael. I think I put it up for just a second.
Pork Chop said he's on the pickle fork task. So you can rest assured you can get some sleep tonight.
When I see you next time, I'm just going to embrace you, wrap you up in these arms. With them cleaning up the LBL and more police presence, might get more hikers and campers and also more sightings. A huge portion of the people who visit the land between the lakes don't even know the lore there. They just don't. It's like a lot of people go to Smoky Mountain National Park and they don't know the missing 411 stories that go along with it. Most of the population is not into the weird stuff we're all into.
Yeah.
But it seemed as if the area is kind of leaning into accepting that there's a history of this stuff going on there. And with that means there's going to be more accompanying mental focus on that, more mental energy kind of put towards the topic. And if this is not a purely physical phenomenon, maybe that'll increase sightings.
Yeah.
Maybe that if it's just there to scare you, it's going to give you more people to scare. If it's there to scare and occasionally attack, it's got more people to do that. So I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see. We're seeing something that's been in.
Oh, Sheila Eberlina, patron saint of Hellbent Holler.
Sheila Eberlin was a supporter before we really had the ability for people to support us.
Yeah.
Sheila Eberlin has been with us, and she's always watching, but she rarely comments. So when she does comment, everything comes to a stop.
She comments when we've injured ourselves.
She is our medical. When I need medical attention. And
Joe, you need to do this.
yes. So, but you are looking at the OGest of the OG holler ballers right there, ladies and gentlemen. Sheila, thank you so much for popping in. Wow. Leave that up there for a little while.
She's up.
Everybody should marvel at the wonder that is patron saint of Hellbent Holler. So it's going to be interesting to see. You're kind of seeing somewhere that the thing about the LBL is that it's really wrapped in legend and lore. And just like anywhere that's wrapped in legend and lore, some of it's true, some of it's not. Some of it's built upon things that are misunderstood or just not known. We have such a better understanding of some of the complexities of the area. Some of the stuff that we thought was weird, there's a plausible explanation for it.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that we just kind of overlooked, now we understand how weird it is.
Yeah.
It
just throws you for a loop, and it's so complex. Speaking of just talking about the history, the dominoes that have fallen to get where we are now, not just in terms of our research, but where the LBL is now. You start to pull that thread. You start to go along that and see what is the chain of events that led to where everything is right now. And that's a whole story within itself. Carry on, Joseph.
So the LBL, it's got an odd history. Okay. It's got a very odd history, and it has been kind of just abandoned to a certain extent by the government after it took its land. There's stuff to do there. There's a very popular off-road like racing thing, like dirt, people take like four-wheelers in.
Can you tell Joe is not an off-roading kind of guy? Dirt racing guy.
Dirt racing guy.
Motor things.
So there's a popular horse camp. There's some popular camping areas around there. There's a big old busy road called the Trace that goes down the middle.
You've got the elk and bison prairie. You've got the 1850s farm.
I love that 1850s farm.
Joe, it was so all of those attractions like the nature station, the 1850s farm, the home place, that all opens March 1st. So we didn't get to go. Was it the last time we were there?
Mm-hmm.
We went to the farm and we're touring around the farm, walking around. And then Joe just starts gathering all the animals.
I walked out in the middle. I was just doing a joke. It's like a working farm, but it's like a touristy type thing that they got. Showed people how a farm worked back in the days. There's like pigs running around, and ducks and chickens and various things. And it was just the weirdest thing. Like I walked in the middle of it, and there was like this little like thing that looked like a podium, and I just walked up to it, and I was like, "My people, please gather around. I have important words for you all." And all the damn animals come out and just gather around me. The people that work there are going.
It was bizarre.
What are you doing? And I just ran with it. I just stood there and preached to my people for like a good 5 minutes. And then after I got done, they all just kind of walked away. But it's like for a few minutes,
he was like, surrounded by chickens and ducks.
Pigs came over to the barrier. It was great, man. And for like a few brief minutes, I was like this weird cryptid Dr. Doolittle. It was amazing. So
Dr. Dogman Little.
Dr. Dogman Little. Yes. But
not my finest joke. Let's just move past
not all of them are winners.
Not all of them are winners, baby. Not all of them are
winners. But for years now, the LBL has just been kind of rotting away. And you've seen some of the rotting infrastructure that we've like displayed. Some of the old buildings, the buildings at Station 16 and everything like that.
You've got that overlook that was perched atop that silo. We went there and took a few photos and checked that out. It even looks cleaned up, actually. That's there. That's a dangerous little area to go in because we were actually there with Eli Watson, and a bolt came down and almost like hit one of us in the head there.
But now you're seeing like at one point there were 4 members of the Forestry Service there who were law enforcement officers. There was a patrol captain and 3 officers to cover all of that land, 200 and some thousand acres, whatever it is, 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. There was a lot of stuff with like local law enforcement from the surrounding counties. Didn't really want to do much in there because of special circumstances. But now there's like more people there. It seems like when we were there during that hog hunt that money kind of came in going there, and you're starting to see it. You're starting to see fresh life breathed into it. And here's the deal. Let's just be honest. That might have a negative effect on the activity out there. It might have a negative effect on the act. Here's my current theory that I always kind of bounce around, and I'll throw it y'all's way. People have consciousness or a soul or whatever. What do you got?
Grown ass animal man.
So
go on. People have a soul.
Like consciousness or a soul or whatever you want to call it, a spark. And I think that kind of reaffirms and reinforces what we view as reality. Does that make sense? And that's why you don't really get a lot of like cryptid and UFO. There's outliers like the Phoenix Lights and stuff like that. But John Keel, when John Keel was doing research, he always said, this stuff wants an audience, but it doesn't want a big audience. And it doesn't want like it wants to catch its audience off guard. So most of the sightings, whether it's UFO, Bigfoot, high strangeness, whatever, that John Keel looked into, he talked about how it happened kind of in that witching hour type thing. Middle of the night, very rural areas or heavily forested areas at 3 a.m. One of the things I've always thought about is that why is it only doing it when there's fewer people there? Is there something about having a large group of people that kind of like reinforces some sort of barrier or some sort of veil or just makes our reality more real? But then when you get these areas where there's fewer people, the veil thins, maybe that's what happens. And, it'll be interesting to see if that's the case as the visitor population of the LBL increases. What effect will that have on the cryptid population, Dogman, Bigfoot. Now, if Bigfoot's just flesh and blood, that's just going to push it into like different areas and maybe eventually kind of push it out of the LBL somewhat. If Dogman or even Bigfoot has got more of a spiritual nature to it, maybe that'll like affect the frequency and the type of manifestations that they have.
Yeah.
So
somebody had a really good what the other day on the Discord. They said that what if that thing that made the vocalization while we were in the LBL, what if it was the same thing that made the vocalization in the URI and it can travel via portal and it was coming from the URI to the LBL because these are both window areas to interact with us.
mm-hmm.
That deserves our little John. Hold on, wait, hold on. Is it?
What?
All right.
Wild Bill. Same here. Saw the STM doc and was introduced to Hellbent Holler, and I've been a fan ever since.
I've got some stuff starred.
You got some stuff starred. Let's see what you got starred here. Let's just get back to shit.
Starred.
Evelyn being here. It's what an honor. What an honor.
Everybody liked my monk chant.
Janet. This is a what? Get that what button ready.
I'm ready.
Give me one at the beginning, one at the end.
You ready?
Go.
What?
Maybe they're cleaning up these areas so they can bring in more people, so they can study the interaction between people and the Dogman in a controlled environment. Now give me another one at the end there.
You know what that deserves?
Ah!
Cue the screaming man. You know, who knows, man? I will tell you this. It was weird talking to Forestry Service employees and just me going, you know, there's some weird stuff here, right? And not getting a, well, we here at the Forest Service are da-da-da-da, you know, not like a canned response, just a, oh yeah, there's some, but it's, I'm going to tell you, man, I walked away from the LBL just going,
we walked in there, we're like, show us the files.
where are the Dogman?
Where are the Dogman bodies?
We're always like big fans of like Forest Service people when you get to interact with them, you know, those are very dedicated people. And I know a lot of people kind of view them as like the enemy. They're hiding everything. And you know what? At higher levels, that might happen. The rank and file people you meet out are just people that are really doing it out of love for the land and for the environment and everything like that. And it was just cool having them just kind of not just scoff at us when we talked about that. And quite honestly, encourage us to look into it more. You know, it was really kind of cool. And I'll be honest with you, if I had a park area or recreation area or national forest or something like that, and I had maybe done something to get the dangerous cryptid element under control somewhat, maybe like a fake hog hunt that was used as a cover to bring in helicopters.
Just as a random example.
A heavy weapons and explosives, and maybe got that under control somewhat and felt that maybe I had a good handle on it now. But I still got to feed my wife and kids, and my job is to maybe, you know, increase visitorship to these like national recreation areas. Maybe I lean into the mystique of it a little bit. I mean, Bigfoot conferences and festivals are buku dinero, my girl. You know what I'm saying? That brings in some ducats. That brings in some money. So
how many other terms for money do you have there?
I think that's pretty much
That's it. That's the extent of it. You know what they used in Xena Warrior Princess?
What did they use in Xena Warrior Princess?
Dinars.
Dinars. Well,
Yeah.
dinars are it's a real currency.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, that's what they use in Xena Warrior Princess as well.
Mm.
You know, the more you know.
Turtle. Good. Joe and Jesse, any plans to bring out the tech to supercharge the spiritual atmosphere, or using frequency beyond our hearing to draw some cryptid critters?
I say let's mix it up.
Let's get weird
Let's
with
mix it up. Why not?
We went in on this.
We had a mission here.
Here's the deal.
All right, go ahead and take your here's the deal shot.
We're the Jesse and me.
Me and Jesse.
Me and Jesse. Jesse and me. These kids. We ain't the dumbest people in the room.
Children, please.
Children, please. So, you know, we're realizing at the end of the day, the more people that are into this stuff and the more people that believe into this stuff, that's a net positive for us all. If we had a whole bunch of supporters, Jesse could do this full time. You know what I'm saying? And we might really be able to make some groundwork and get some really damn good evidence and move the needle. That'll happen one day. But for some of this stuff, a lot of times we try to treat it as like flesh and blood first. See if we can treat it.
Try to give that a go. And
Let's
then
give it a go.
Then we get weird with it.
And then we get weird with it. And we got some weird stuff planned for the LBL and other places too. You're going to see some weird stuff at Blackthorn. Some weird stuff at Blackthorn.
I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. The Blackthorn stuff is about to get real weird, very weird. We're about to be at the, when it comes to the Blackthorn saga, we're about to be at the crossroads of high strangeness, high adventure, and high art. So prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for the Blackthorn saga to get very weird and very entertaining, I guess.
I'm entertained by it.
Disturbing.
Whether you guys will be entertained by it, that's all.
I've got some plans, and we've got some crazy investigations because the story at Blackthorn is developing
The story at Blackthorn developed while we were at the LBL. If you've watched the Blackthorn stuff, you will see us constantly talk about the parallels that we think between there and LBL.
There's a connection.
There's a connection there.
There's a real connection right now.
So we're gonna be hitting that. You bet your, what am I want to say? Bet your biscuits. Bet your bet your bottom dollar. Bet your bottom dollar. Bet your bottom dinar. Hold on.
Leo says, I living with Doyle family. Is this our cat?
Is our cat on the computer in there?
Cat's on the computer. Leo, that's a cat.
Hawkshorn. Joe sending you a message. I've been playing with something and you and Jesse will laugh. I'm still trying to work on that, Hawk. I ain't forgot about you. That's what I'm picking my phone up for every once in a while. Our buddy Cornbread Corner. Cornbread gave us a very nice shout out. Did a nice little video to help promote the Sumter dog. Thank you for that, Cornbread. Howdy, y'all. Late getting in. I appreciate y'all and love your channel. God bless.
No longer chasing prostitutes through the woods.
No more for that for you, young man. Stick to the cornbread recipes. And Sploot goes, the atmosphere in the LBL seems more positive this time. Curious to see how this affects activity. Negative activity versus positive activity and intent. Does it change the nature of the game? The LBL still got a boatload of negativity. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? We were focusing on the positive. But there's a bunch of negativity. There's a barge load of negativity still in the LBL. It is bananas in certain aspects of it.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Even the people that are like in charge there of the LBL recognize that negativity. And they themselves are going, we don't want this like going on. It's cool for you to come here and like look for weird stuff. I'll be honest with you. I think if like we were to like document a Bigfoot there, I'm not completely convinced that they would try to shut us down. Now, Dogman's a different thing entirely, but like a Bigfoot thing there, I don't know. I'm not. I mean, again, you never know what people like way high up are, but the rank and file there, they ain't gonna try to shut you down.
We're just the blue shirts.
But they are aware of like a lot of the negativity and like some of the shenanigans that are going on.
They're like very aware of some of the shenanigans.
Talk to them for a while about that. So it'll be interesting to see how that kind of develops.
Miranda Cruz says, would you guys ever use the Estes method in the LBL to communicate with what's in the LBL? What's interesting about, why did you take that away?
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's wrong with
I don't know what I'm doing.
Sorry, Miranda. It's his first day. So what we are quickly realizing is something that we've hypothesized up to this point, that the LBL is one of these window areas, similar to Blackthorn. We found connections with Blackthorn, which is really bizarre. That was a shocker. We think that there's a variety of phenomena occurring there because it is one of these window areas. So we are interested in experimenting with different methods of contact and communication. The Estes method might be one of those, and some of my contact experiments devices might be another one of those. I definitely want to involve these window areas in the contact experiments, that overarching project that I'll be working on. I want to involve these window areas in that, and the LBL definitely is one of those. So we will be experimenting with different methods of communication.
Jill, thank you for popping in. We really appreciate it. We're going to cross paths with you in the really real world one of these
Dog is like,
days.
we want to see the old man's grave. You might see that.
You might see that. I had a couple things start here. Hold on one second. But first off, pork chop. In addition to carving you a pickle fork threw $20 at us. $20 on a pickle fork. Pretty good day. It's pretty.
That's a birthday.
That's all you need to have a pretty good day and pretty good weekend in Vegas. $20 on a pickle fork. Have y'all ever tried playing ultrasonic sounds in the 20 kilohertz to 45 kilohertz? I'm sorry. It's range like a dog whistle in the LBL or any ultrasonic sounds. And we've tried any of them. People have, like Elijah Henderson's tried the dog whistle before. I think Martin's tried a dog whistle before too. I've got an idea. Let's just say yes, and we will talk about this on the Discord when we're done. But I got an idea. The kid's got something rattling around on the old noodle.
Jojo is as smart as he thinks he is.
I am as smart as I think I am. But yeah, I got something. I'll share that with you guys. It'll be pretty good.
Did you guys notice I put the sign up finally? I brought the sign back. The logo's back here. The wall still looks crazy, but the sign's back. What's going on?
Hawk brought us up. I did what's that rap song? You want to be a baller?
Wanna be a baller, shot caller, 20-inch blades on the Impala.
So I did that and put in Hellbent Holler. Hawk did us a rap song.
Read it, Joe.
Little Joe in the kitchen at 2 a.m. Cabinet light on. We feasting again.
Jesus.
Little Joe got the Pop-Tarts stacked real tall. Vienna sausages lined on that wall. Sweet and salty, yeah, he makes it all. Midnight snack king, never go. It's all just about us eating Pop-Tarts and Vienna sausages. All right, we'll put that in the Discord after we're done as well. So
you should have seen because when it's Joe and I, it's one thing, but we had other people joining us. So I was in charge of craft services for the shoot as well. So everybody got cereal and Pop-Tarts, canned meats.
we're gonna have to do like just a short just on this rap thing because it's long. Like Hawk went all out on this. JD Smooth, has any rules changed about carrying firearms in the park there? No, it is against federal law to carry firearms. If you were going to the shooting range, you can have them secured and unloaded in your vehicle. If you are hunting with a permit, you have to have a game applicable firearm that is transported, unloaded, loaded when you're there, transported out, unloaded. So no, it is against federal law. That is a federal crime where they will put you in federal prison. And we all know what they do to you in federal prison. So no, that is still the same, unfortunately. However, your kids here might have a little inroad in with that. Might have a little.
It's called jujitsu.
Yes.
Dogman jujitsu. No.
Robert Mustard.
We're not
Colonel
doing
Mustard.
jujitsu.
Colonel Mustard. Sumter was awesome. Just got here. Sumter is good. I think Sumter is a better documentary.
If you guys haven't watched the Sumter doc, there is a link in the description for this video. It's on STM's channel. If you have not watched it, it's a long one, but you don't realize how long it is because it's balls to the wall, kid.
It is crazy. It is crazy.
Jesus, Joe.
So, and if you like that content, why don't you pony up a few bucks? You know what I'm saying?
Hey-o.
You're a billionaire. You're sitting on like wads of cash, swimming around in it like Scrooge McDuck.
Got an extra barge lying around.
Cut us a check for a couple grand. You know what I'm saying? Maybe get some Tom Slick action going on here. If you live in paycheck to paycheck, you're eating peanut butter and sandwiches every night, just save your money. We got this. We got this covered. We got this.
Merci beaucoup.
French William Kennedy.
He's
Marshall
back.
Kennedy is the hottest thing going on in the cryptid. So there's two hot things going on
Hot right now.
in the cryptid community right now. One is my feud with Ristel
Yes.
that spills into every chat where Ristel and I go to together.
So hot.
And quite honestly, he's a little ahead of the game right now.
Yeah.
When he said, who let me in, he just his thing. And then French William Kennedy's coming in hot on that.
Coming in hot.
French William Kennedy's coming in hot. So,
Dogman chop. Pork
but
chop.
I've got an idea for some ultrasonic stuff beyond just like a traditional dog whistle. I got an idea for that. I've got an idea for infrasonic stuff. It's just that's
What is a
take,
Jupiter 2?
I don't know. Jupiter 2 on Sheriff's Office. Do I want to Google? I'm going to get on some list.
What is that? Ristle. Oh, God. Here he is. Flying saucer spaceship. All right. Ristles.
JD Smooth says, I'm surprised you can't carry firearms with the wild hogs there and other stuff. Here's the deal is that when you go into the centers there, they tell you don't shoot at the hogs even if you're hunting. It's everywhere. Don't shoot at the hogs, because apparently shooting at the hogs makes the rest of the hogs that much more difficult to contain. But yet they were in there machine gunning stuff and blowing up stuff and driving helicopters around to supposedly hunt the hogs. So
Everybody's melting down because I didn't know it's the Lost in Space saucer.
I didn't know it was a Lost in Space saucer.
I look really cool in this lighting.
So, but the LBL, you're going to be kind of, this LBL doc's going to be a lot different than what you've seen before. We've got people who are approaching this in like a common sense, methodical. So we did some interviews with our buddies Mike Smith, Steve Causey, and then watching the two of those big brains like talk after it was all done. And you've got two people that are familiar with the area. They're familiar with the activity there. They know that there's activity there. They both researched this a great deal, and just watching the two of them just throw ideas back and forth.
And I'm coming to this too with the fruits of my intense research, this whole thing that I've put together, really outlining some facts when it comes to the case.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Just the facts, ma'am.
And I come with receipts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesse comes with receipts.
Because here's the deal. If you can eliminate something as being strange, well, then you can focus your attention and your time on stuff that might legit be strange.
Right.
And
we've got to figure out, where are we starting from here? If story and the lore,
that's Heather's show.
It is the lore, That's
that is my I don't like doing interviews.
Uh-huh.
I just don't like being interviewed. That's my favorite time I've had, like, out of our own show before. Was sitting there and talking to Big Brain Heather.
Big Brain Heather.
Big Brain Heather.
I love her. There's the lore, but you need to figure out, are we starting from a false place? And we've built on something that is false.
Yeah.
Or misleading or confusing or not quite right, but almost there. And it's important to get a good foundation, and then we can build from there, and we can expand from there.
Who is somebody that we've always said that we respect a lot as far as like their Dogman work and what they've done on the LBL? Jody.
Yeah.
Jody Cook. And Jody Cook is always like very open about the fact that matter of fact, I saw him responding to somebody online this week on, nobody knows where that 82 Massacre site is. And he's looked into it longer than we have, And Jesse and I have gone to that 82 Massacre spot. You saw it in the STM documentary. You've seen it in our docs. And we're there, and just by the simple act of like walking around, looking at stuff, let's go over here, let's look at stuff, out there just beating the bushes, we started to see things that made us think that there was no campsite there ever. And we dive into that a lot more. We are really there instead of just trading stories with this, we are really looking at the facts.
Yeah,
we
are looking at just the facts, ma'am. Cryptic Castberry says, Jesse, can you elaborate on seeing a barge at the LBL? I saw so many nice barges. There were, some were empty, some were loaded down. I actually had lunch on a barge 2 days. We had 2 days. We went to a restaurant that was on a barge. So I had a great time, lots of barge action. Joe took me, we went across this bridge, and I got to see Kentucky Dam several times and at night, and it was beautiful. It was an engineering marvel. And then we went to Barkley Dam. We were at the base of Barkley Dam. I got some photographs over there and some footage over there. It's real damn heavy, real barge heavy. I think after I'm done with this phase of my life where I'm doing paranormal and cryptid stuff, I think I want to go into massive public works projects. I think I'd like to document, photograph, and film massive public works projects and barges as well. I think I'm going to go full barge.
All barge all the time?
All barge all the time.
All barge,
I think that's going to be my focus, is interesting modes of transportation.
Lady Wolf's kicking out. You other mods are manning it. Bonnie Blue, put your
We might cut
on.
out early. We never
might cut out early. We haven't eaten today. We're like starving. So LBL, here's what you got coming up for it. You have some deep dive research that has maybe gone on
stones unturned.
We're going to turn those stones.
Time to turn some stones.
We're getting like more of a high level view by talking to some people that have some really good ideas of their own. And that's why it was so cool watching Mike and Steve talk, because they just bouncing ideas back and forth off of each other. And I never thought of that. And this and this. And that's what it needs to be. It needs to be a conversation and a dialogue, not the narrative being controlled. And
not proclamations.
And
You don't want this circular logic thing to continue either. There's a lot of circular logic when it comes to
any cryptid or paranormal thing.
Yes.
People start using other people as like, that's that circular like proof that happens. Well, why do you say this? Because so-and-so said it. Well, where did they get that from? That's how I was on the infrasound thing. And like, why do you know this? How do you know this? Well, so-and-so said it. Well, they're a Bigfoot guy too. Like, do we have a non-Bigfoot person that's like said any of this that we can kind of use as a reference point?
Best I can do is a Dogman person.
Best I can do is a Dogman person. So, and we went into this going, we're going to go to where the clues lead us. We're going to follow this. We're going to follow this. And if we don't like where it takes us to, well, we're there now. If we go somewhere we didn't expect, well, we're there now, and going in.
Walter, you guys should rent a pontoon for the next investigation.
You got a pontoon guy there?
You got a pontoon. Can I call it the Dread Yacht? The
Dread Yacht is pretty cool.
The Hellbent Dread Yacht.
The Dread Yacht.
Yeah. The Hellbent Dread Yacht. Thank you. That's what's happening.
That's pretty cool.
It's going to have a theme song.
What's the theme song?
I'll have to write it, but I write my own songs.
Hawk's writing the hell out of some songs right now, so let's maybe get him on the table. But so what you're going to see is what was this? This is a pretty good one.
I'm constantly just messing with this.
It's I know it's like a fidget object. I really appreciate the fact that you don't take a story and report and just run with it. You take to research and present just the facts that you're finding. And that's difficult to do in some areas, especially an area that has like a very richly like ingrained story.
Some people do. Well, some people are so married to the story that has been established that they get violent when you challenge the narrative, even though you are coming with receipts and facts and proof of that. It's hard to shake up the paradigm. It's terrifying for some people because they have built their lives and their careers on it.
Yeah. And it's,
it goes back to that Max Planck quote, science advances one funeral at a time. Some people have dedicated their entire lives to something that's a false narrative.
Yeah.
And that's got to be something that they're struggling with, is when they realize it's a false narrative and they've dedicated so much time to it and they've really committed to it. And so there's going to be some backlash. There's going to be a violent reaction.
Well, it's depressing. I mean, we were out in the LBL and we heard something crazy. We caught the tail end of it. All of us are like, barred owl. We caught the tail end of a very loud, very energetic mating barred owl.
Wow.
And we had to go, all right, well, let me get my adrenaline down right now. But that was obviously not what we thought it was.
Yeah.
Somebody asked for a knife check. It's our very own scribe. Surviving the Strange came with gifts.
Which he understood. He understood the assignment.
He understood the assignment.
Joseph?
He's got me a Doug Marcata. Doug Marcata is the guy that you would see on Forged in Fire. It will kill, that guy. It's that dude. He's an edged weapon specialist, and he has a line of knives that he made. And I got the little one somehow. Don't let me ask how that ended up, but I got the karambit. Now I've got to brush up my karambit skills.
So Mike Smith is going to hook me up with so I can see the lock at the Kentucky Dam. I want up close and personal with the lock.
Mike's got it. We got a guy.
And
Mike's got a guy. Hey, Mike, by the way, message me. We were going to put up a thing for get your kids some Hellbent Holler shirts since we didn't have them in their size. So let me know what size they are or what they want off of our website.
So
and then Jesse ended up with this.
Mind your face. I need it for later. This is mine. And I actually carried this because it came with a dangler sheath. Look at that. It's advertised as a chef's knife. I don't know what we're cooking. Any
damn thing we want to cook is what we are cooking. So
our enemies. No, man, look how cool this thing is. Isn't this amazing? Did I name this? I did.
No, you have not named
I did name it. What did I name it? Spectre.
Apparently YouTube is going down. People are reporting internet issues, and YouTube is like starting.
Is
to
it because
crash.
I'm swinging a knife around?
That's probably because you're swinging a knife.
It's got these
around.
really cool ghost gray scales right here. It is super cool. I've already scuffed it up, which is okay because I'm going to be using this bad boy. Yeah, I called it Spectre. You remember?
Yeah. So
I'm getting too excited.
Joe has been stabbed in the face. So like I said, I mean, we're going into this. We did a lot of thinking before we went into this. We wanted to get like some fresh perspectives, but still from people who know what's going on. People who, aren't on the internet every night. People that aren't out there, just, people that really have something valuable to bring to it. And then we're going to take a group of people.
Oh, it's going crazy.
To go and hit the bricks, baby. Although there's a few bricks out there, and just try to get in there and go, okay, this is what we think. Now let's go there and physically look at it and see what's going on. Start with what we think, build on it. Yeah, we're gonna like have some dead end trails that we go down for it, but just back up and go another route at that point. The vocalizations that we caught proved it. There's something going on at the LBL. What is it though? And what's happened in the past? Okay. Was there an attack in 82? If it happened, what happened? Was there more than one thing that happened?
There's so many questions.
This
Joe.
stuff doesn't exist in a vacuum.
Uh-huh.
So.
And how far does it go?
How far does it go? So.
Oh, I totally forgot about that orange hoodie situation, my dude. I will go and do that. Sorry, cornbread. Here, this is cornbread's thing. I know y'all are busy and news on the orange monsters wrong hoodies. I will go and do that after I eat.
So,
I don't have my notepad. I'm padless. And I can't remember anything.
So we're going to wrap up here in a second, y'all.
Lady Kennedy says, yes, voices.
Yes,
we
voices.
love voices.
So we are going
Plenty
to.
of those.
Yeah, YouTube's having issues right now.
Yeah. All right. We're going to wrap it up.
But you know what? We're almost done anyway. Let's see.
You want to wrap it up? You want to keep rolling?
Let's keep rolling.
Keep rolling. Google as well. You got crashing all over. Joe.
Is it crashing?
You got crashing all over.
Who's saying crashing all over?
Google is crashing as well.
Google as well. Okay. Well, here's the deal.
Are you with us?
I'm crashing now.
I think you are crashing out. Just crashing out. Scribe said it's fine. Anyway, we don't have much time.
Loud and clear for Scribe. We'll go keep rolling, baby. So
We're
Rick
excited.
Skinner says 5 by 5.
We're excited about what we've got. So this is definitely not our last trip to the LBL.
Yeah.
So
we've got some cool things from the LBL. Now that we got the Starlink back into it, we're going to try to do what we did in North Georgia. Have a live event. Live events are what they are. Maybe nothing happens. Maybe we get enough people.
maybe we burn up another Starlink.
And yeah, maybe another Starlink. Maybe somebody's clock stops working again or starts working again. And maybe people have to buy new phones the next day. But we'll see. Let's try it. Let's see what's going on with it, man. We walked away from the LBL with such good contacts, both on the research side and on the official administrative side.
We can't walk away at this point. You know, there's no way we can. So expect to see more HBH LBL coming up because we're not done. And I'm the overlord now.
Steve, email me, by the way. I want to continue our conversation that we had.
Yes. Steven almost got
we almost stopped by your house again.
But we were so tired.
Wow. We almost stopped
This was a rough series of investigations just because it was so cold and so wet. We kind of just we just got run through the ringer on this one. But we're going to be back up there shortly. And we're going to keep hitting it. We are not going to back off the LBL. We're going to go harder than ever before. And we got a lot of stones to turn on.
Yeah, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. We've got like a good group of people that are all kind of like coming together, just going, let's see if we can peel back some of this mystery and kind of look and see.
Let's look at this in a serious way.
Yeah.
And, a real investigative way.
It's going to be good. So anyway, we're going to wrap up.
Yeah. I think so.
Stephen almost popped in. For you guys who don't know the lore, Stephen Taylor was the recipient of our first Hellbent house call. We tracked his ass down on the internet and showed up at his house, knocked on the door.
I found his address.
His friend answered and said, "Who are you guys?" And we said, "We're from the internet. We're internet people. We're here to see ST," and came out and hung out and talked to him for a while. It was cool.
At least we came bearing gifts.
We came bearing gifts.
So
we did not come empty-handed. So
we won't harass you randomly without coming with gifts.
Anyway.
But thank you guys so much for joining us today. We were excited after we didn't really do a show last week because we were in the thick of it. But we did do a couple of lives, but we're excited. We're heading back into Blackthorn too. There's no rest for the wicked, for sure. We never stop. We always go forth, and the truth don't stop.
The truth don't stop.
The truth. And the Truth Time Band keeps playing on. But it don't stop. We don't stop. Ain't gonna stop. Never gonna stop. But we are heading into Blackthorn, so expect some more on the Blackthorn saga.
Check out the STM doc, Small Town Monsters documentary. Give it a like, give it a share, give it a subscribe.
The link is in the description of this video, so you can hit that link and go check out that. Make sure you comment on the movie film.
Tell them how exceptionally
Bigfoot movie film.
The Bigfoot movie film. All right. Yeah, we were worried going up against Moondog's been in the chat the whole damn time.
Hey,
Good night,
Moondog.
bud. We were worried going up against Super Bowl. It's done pretty damn good going up against the Super Bowl like that, man. So
the superb owl.
The superb owl. So anyway.
Did you get Joseph Cannons on there? Love Elvin Holler.
Joseph.
Yep. So there's more of the saga of Blackthorn coming your way. We just wrapped up filming for this LBL doc. We've got some more to go for other docs, and but in the meantime, we will be heading back into Blackthorn for the Blackthorn saga. So keep your eyes peeled, your notifications on, and get ready because we're gonna get back to Hellbent Holler stuff.
Everybody who super chatted, everybody who joined the memberships.
Thank you
Remember,
so much.
we are not supported by foreign corporate interests. We are community supported.
We are not actors hired to play Bigfoot researchers.
We turn down those
on TV.
We turn down those TV offers that come along
We
because
do.
we're doing what we love, and we're doing it because we've got community support. So if you're in that community, you got a few extra bucks, throw them our way.
We're the PBS of
We'll
cryptozoology.
use that money to chase Bigfoot with. We might just catch the damn thing. Anyway.
Ew. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's Hellbent Live. I went into a Richard Nixon thing today, real bad.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, I was Richard Milhouse Nixon.
Bananas.
I just want to welcome you all to Hellbent Holler, and make sure you you share, and
for
you
such a young lady like you. It's pretty.
You subscribe to Hellbent Holler and join the memberships if you want to support us here. I am not a crook or a quartz hoaxer. Good night, everybody. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Hellbent Holler out. I'm going to go make some hot dogs.
Tip of the hat to you.
Weenie night, baby.